Hello everyone, Dr. Alan Mandell here. Welcome back to my channel, Science of Healing. Have you ever been told to stay away from sweet foods if you're worried about blood sugar? What if I told you that one of nature's sweetest fruits could actually help support healthy blood sugar levels when used correctly? I'm talking about dates, a traditional food that has been consumed for thousands of years, especially across the Middle East and South Asia. And today, modern science is finally catching up to what ancient cultures already knew. But here's the real surprise. Dates are not just sugar bombs. In fact, they contain a powerful combination of fiber, antioxidants, and minerals that can slow down sugar absorption, stabilize energy levels, and even support insulin function. Let's break this down step by step, because understanding how dates work inside your body could completely change the way you think about managing blood sugar naturally. For years, people living with blood sugar concerns have been told one simple rule: avoid anything sweet. Sugar became the villain, sweetness became the enemy, and foods that tasted naturally sweet were pushed to the side with fear and suspicion. But what if one of the sweetest foods on earth didn't behave like sugar inside your body? What if the very fruit many people avoid actually works differently at the cellular level? Today, we're uncovering a truth that has surprised scientists, nutritionists, and doctors around the world, because dates, those small caramel-like fruits that have been eaten for thousands of years, do not spike blood sugar the way refined sugar does. And the reason why lies deep inside their natural design. Let's start with a shocking comparison. A single tablespoon of white sugar contains almost pure glucose and fructose, rapidly absorbed, instantly entering the bloodstream and triggering a sharp rise in blood sugar within minutes. But when you eat a date, something very different happens. Inside that soft, sweet fruit is a hidden shield: fiber. Fiber is not digested like sugar. Instead, it slows the movement of food through your digestive system. It forms a gel-like barrier that delays how quickly glucose enters your bloodstream. This means your body receives energy slowly, steadily, safely. In fact, research published in nutrition and metabolic journals has shown that many varieties of dates fall into the low to moderate glycemic index range, meaning they cause a slower and more controlled rise in blood sugar compared to refined sweets. That's not an opinion, that's physiology. Now here's where the story becomes even more powerful. Refined sugar enters your bloodstream like a flash flood, fast, overwhelming, and damaging. Your pancreas is forced to release a large surge of insulin to bring that sugar down. Over time, repeated spikes like this exhaust the body's ability to regulate glucose, leading to insulin resistance, weight gain, and eventually type 2 diabetes. But dates behave more like a steady river. They nourish your body gradually, giving your cells time to respond without panic. Your insulin response is smoother, your energy levels remain stable, your body stays in balance, and scientists have discovered another remarkable factor hidden inside dates: natural compounds called polyphenols. These powerful antioxidants protect your cells from inflammation and oxidative stress, two silent forces that damage insulin receptors and disrupt blood sugar control. Inflammation is often invisible, but its effects are devastating. It weakens metabolism, slows fat burning, and makes it harder for your body to use glucose efficiently. Polyphenols help calm that inflammation. They act like firefighters inside your bloodstream, reducing the internal stress that pushes blood sugar out of control. But the benefits don't stop there. Dates are also rich in magnesium, a mineral that plays a direct role in how your body processes glucose. Low magnesium levels have been strongly linked to insulin resistance and higher risk of diabetes. In fact, studies have shown that people with adequate magnesium intake tend to have better blood sugar regulation and improved metabolic health. Just a few dates can provide a meaningful amount of this critical mineral. And that small nutritional boost can make a big difference over time. Now let's talk about another hidden advantage, satiety, the feeling of fullness. Refined sugar satisfies your taste buds for a moment, but it leaves your body craving more. It triggers hunger hormones, increases appetite, and drives overeating. This is why sugary snacks often lead to another snack, and another, and another. But dates tell a different story. Because of their fiber and nutrient density, they help your brain recognize satisfaction sooner. They reduce cravings. They stabilize appetite. They help you feel nourished instead of deprived. That single difference can change everything. Imagine replacing a processed dessert with two natural dates. Instead of a sudden spike followed by a crash, your body experiences steady fuel. Instead of fatigue, you feel sustained energy. Instead of cravings, you feel control. And here's a fact that surprises many people. In controlled clinical studies, individuals who consumed moderate portions of dates did not experience dangerous spikes in blood sugar levels when compared to other carbohydrate sources. Some even showed improved markers of metabolic health over time. This doesn't mean dates are magic, it means they are balanced. Nature packaged sugar inside a protective system, fiber, minerals, and antioxidants working together in harmony. And refined sugar stripped those protections away. Think of it like this. Eating white sugar is like throwing gasoline on a fire. Eating dates is like placing a log on the flame, steady, controlled, and long-lasting. Your body understands the difference immediately. And here's something even more important to understand. Blood sugar spikes are not just about diabetes. They affect energy, mood, brain function, and aging. Frequent spikes accelerate inflammation, damage blood vessels, and increase the risk of heart disease, nerve damage, and memory decline. Stable blood sugar, on the other hand, supports clarity, stamina, and long-term health. It protects your organs. It protects your brain. It protects your future. This is why choosing the right type of sweetness matters so much. Dates offer natural sugars, yes, but they also deliver protection. Protection through fiber, protection through antioxidants, protection through essential minerals. And that combination changes the way your body responds. But here is the truth that must be said clearly. Even healthy foods require balance. Eating too many dates at once can still raise blood sugar. Portion size is the key that unlocks their benefits. Research and clinical nutrition guidelines often suggest a simple rule. 2 to 3 dates at a time is a safe and effective serving for most people. That small portion provides energy without overwhelming your system. It's not about eliminating sweetness. It's about choosing smarter sweetness. Because your body doesn't just react to sugar, it reacts to the entire food. And when that food comes from nature, whole, unprocessed, and nutrient-rich, your metabolism responds with stability instead of stress. So the next time you feel a craving for something sweet, pause for a moment. Remember that not all sweetness is the same. Remember that the difference between harm and health often lies in the details hidden beneath the surface. And remember this powerful truth: dates do not spike blood sugar like refined sugar, because nature never delivers sugar alone. One of the biggest mistakes people make when trying to control their blood sugar is not choosing the wrong food. It's eating the right food in the wrong amount. Because when it comes to powerful foods like dates, the difference between healing and harm can be measured in just a few bites. You may have heard that dates are natural, nutritious, and full of energy, and that's absolutely true. But here's the shocking reality that many people don't realize. Even healthy sugar can overwhelm your body if the portion is too large. Your body is incredibly intelligent. It knows how to handle small amounts of natural sugar with ease. But when that amount suddenly becomes excessive, your metabolism shifts into emergency mode. Insulin surges, blood sugar rises, fat storage increases, energy crashes soon after. This is why portion control is not a restriction. It is protection. Let's look at the science. A single date contains natural sugars, fiber, minerals, and antioxidants working together in perfect balance. That balance allows your body to absorb glucose slowly and steadily. But when you eat 5, 6, or 10 dates in one sitting, that balance changes dramatically. Suddenly, the total sugar load becomes too high for your body to manage smoothly. And this is where the famous 2-3 date rule comes in, a simple guideline supported by nutrition research and clinical practice. Eating 2 to 3 dates at a time provides enough natural energy to nourish your body without overwhelming your blood sugar system. It sounds simple, but its impact can be life-changing. Consider this. Blood sugar spikes are not always caused by unhealthy food. They are often caused by excessive portions. Even whole foods can trigger metabolic stress when consumed in large quantities. Your pancreas has one critical job: to release insulin and keep blood sugar within a safe range. But every time you overload your system with sugar, your pancreas must work harder. Over months and years, that constant pressure can lead to insulin resistance, fatigue, and metabolic disease. This is not a sudden event. It's a slow process, a quiet process, a process that begins with repeated overeating, even of healthy foods. Now imagine a different scenario. You sit down in the afternoon feeling tired and hungry. Instead of reaching for a sugary snack, you eat 2 dates and a handful of nuts. Within minutes, your body receives natural glucose, healthy fats, and protein. Digestion slows, blood sugar stabilizes, energy returns, no spike, no crash, no regret. This simple combination works because protein and healthy fats act like brakes on sugar absorption. They slow the speed at which glucose enters your bloodstream. They reduce insulin demand. They protect your metabolic system. In fact, studies in nutritional science have shown that combining carbohydrates with protein or fat can significantly lower the glycemic response of a meal. That means your blood sugar rises more gently and returns to normal more smoothly. This is why the way you eat dates matters just as much as how many you eat. Here's another powerful truth that most people never hear. Your stomach is not a calculator. It doesn't count calories. It responds to volume, nutrients, and signals from your brain. When you eat a small portion of nutrient-dense food, your body recognizes satisfaction quickly. But when you eat large amounts of sugar, your hunger hormones become confused. They keep asking for more. This is how overeating begins. Not because you lack discipline, but because your biology is being overwhelmed. Dates, when eaten in moderation, help restore that balance. Their fiber slows digestion. Their nutrients support metabolism. Their natural sweetness satisfies cravings before they spiral out of control. And here's something truly eye-opening. Research has shown that people who practice portion control are significantly less likely to develop obesity and type 2 diabetes, even when their diet includes natural sugars. It's not about perfection, it's about consistency. Think of your metabolism like an engine. If you pour in just the right amount of fuel, the engine runs smoothly and efficiently. But if you flood it with too much fuel, performance drops, damage begins, and breakdown becomes inevitable. Your body works the same way. This is why the 2-3 date rule is so powerful. It creates a boundary that protects your health while still allowing enjoyment. It removes fear, it builds control, it supports long-term stability, and the benefits go far beyond blood sugar. Eating moderate portions helps maintain a healthy weight. It reduces strain on your heart. It protects your liver. It improves energy levels throughout the day. In many ways, portion control is one of the most underestimated tools in modern health. Not medicine, not supplements, not extreme diets, just awareness of how much you eat. Now let's make this even more practical. If you wake up feeling low on energy, eat 2 dates with breakfast. If you need a quick boost before exercise, eat 2 dates with a few almonds. If you feel a sweet craving after dinner, eat 2 dates instead of dessert. These small choices can prevent large problems because every time you choose the right portion, you train your body to stay balanced. You protect your insulin, you protect your metabolism, you protect your future health. And here is the message that deserves to be remembered. Health is not determined by what you eat once. It is determined by what you eat consistently. 2 or 3 dates may seem insignificant, but repeated daily, that small habit becomes a powerful force. A force that stabilizes blood sugar, a force that reduces cravings, a force that strengthens your body from the inside out. So the next time you reach for dates, pause for a moment. Look at the portion in your hand. Ask yourself one simple question. Is this amount supporting my health or silently working against it? Because in the world of nutrition, the smallest decisions often create the biggest results. For centuries, medicine has been associated with pills, prescriptions, and hospital visits. But long before modern pharmacies existed, healing began in the kitchen. And among the most powerful natural foods ever discovered stands a small, wrinkled fruit that has nourished civilizations for thousands of years, the date. Today, scientists are uncovering something remarkable. Dates are not just a source of sweetness or energy. They are a dense package of nutrients capable of supporting metabolic health at the deepest level of the human body. Not by magic, not by myth, but by measurable biological effects that modern research can now explain. Let's begin with a mineral that most people rarely think about: magnesium. This single nutrient plays a critical role in more than 300 biochemical reactions inside your body. It regulates muscle function, nerve signals, heart rhythm, and most importantly, blood sugar control. Here's the shocking truth. Millions of people around the world are deficient in magnesium, and many don't even know it. And this silent deficiency can slowly damage the body over time. Low magnesium levels have been strongly linked to insulin resistance, a condition where your cells stop responding properly to insulin. When this happens, glucose begins to build up in the bloodstream. Energy drops, fat storage increases, and the risk of type 2 diabetes rises dramatically. But here's where dates reveal their hidden strength. They provide a natural source of magnesium in a form your body can easily absorb. That means every small serving delivers support to your metabolism, quietly, consistently, and effectively. Now let's move to another powerful nutrient inside dates: potassium. This essential mineral controls fluid balance, nerve communication, and muscle contraction. But its role in metabolic health is even more profound. Potassium helps regulate blood pressure and supports the movement of glucose from the bloodstream into your cells. Without enough potassium, your body struggles to maintain balance. Blood vessels stiffen, circulation weakens, and the heart must work harder to keep you alive. Research has shown that adequate potassium intake is associated with lower risk of hypertension, stroke, and cardiovascular disease. And cardiovascular disease remains one of the leading causes of death worldwide. Yet nature placed potassium in one of the simplest foods available: dates. But the real power of dates lies in a group of compounds most people have never heard of: polyphenols. These natural antioxidants act like bodyguards for your cells. They protect tissues from oxidative stress, a destructive process caused by unstable molecules known as free radicals. Oxidative stress is not just a scientific term. It is a biological force that accelerates aging, damages organs, and weakens the immune system. It contributes to diabetes, heart disease, and even neurodegenerative conditions. Polyphenols help neutralize these harmful molecules before they can cause damage. They reduce inflammation. They protect blood vessels. They support insulin sensitivity. And here's something truly astonishing. Studies have found that dates contain significant levels of antioxidants comparable to, or even higher than, many other fruits commonly labeled as superfoods. This means that every bite delivers protection, not just energy. Now consider the modern diet. Highly processed foods dominate supermarket shelves. Artificial sugars, refined carbohydrates, and chemical additives have become daily staples for millions of people. These foods provide calories but very few nutrients. They flood the bloodstream with sugar while starving the body of the minerals and antioxidants it needs to function properly. Over time, this imbalance leads to chronic inflammation, weight gain, fatigue, and metabolic disease. But whole foods like dates work differently. They deliver nutrients in their natural form, packaged together in perfect biological harmony. Fiber slows digestion, minerals support metabolism, antioxidants protect cells. This synergy is what makes natural foods so powerful. It's not one nutrient acting alone. It's an entire system working together, and that system can transform your health over time. Let's talk about energy, because energy is one of the first things people notice when they improve their nutrition. Many individuals rely on caffeine, energy drinks, or sugary snacks to stay alert throughout the day. But these quick fixes often lead to sudden crashes, irritability, and mental fog. Dates provide a different kind of energy. Their natural sugars are released gradually, supported by fiber and nutrients that stabilize blood sugar levels. Instead of a sharp spike followed by exhaustion, you experience sustained vitality. This steady energy can improve concentration, productivity, and mood. It can help you stay active longer. It can support physical performance and recovery. And here's another fascinating benefit. Dates contain small amounts of vitamin B6, a nutrient essential for brain function and neurotransmitter production. This vitamin helps regulate mood, memory, and cognitive performance. When your brain receives the nutrients it needs, mental clarity improves. Focus sharpens. Stress becomes easier to manage. This is why nutrition plays such a critical role in emotional well-being. Food is not just fuel, it is information for your body. Every bite sends signals to your cells, signals that either support health or weaken it. And here is the truth that many people overlook. Chronic disease rarely appears overnight. It develops slowly, silently, over years of poor nutrition and metabolic stress. But the opposite is also true. Health can be rebuilt gradually through consistent nutrient-rich choices. A single serving of dates will not cure disease, but repeated daily, that small habit can strengthen your body in ways that medication alone cannot achieve. Because medicine treats symptoms. Nutrition supports the foundation of health. This is why doctors and researchers increasingly emphasize the role of whole foods in disease prevention. Not as replacements for medical care, but as powerful allies in the fight against chronic illness. And perhaps the most important message of all is this. You don't need expensive supplements. You don't need complicated diets. You don't need extreme restrictions. Sometimes the most effective solutions are the simplest ones. A small portion of natural food, consumed consistently, supported by healthy habits. That is how real transformation begins. So the next time you hold a date in your hand, look at it differently. See it not just as a sweet snack, but as a concentrated source of life-supporting nutrients, a natural tool for protecting your metabolism, a simple step toward long-term health. Because nature has always provided powerful medicine. We just needed science to prove it.